Hello, my name is Mr. Kelvin from Educare Institute. Welcome again in our lecture session. And today we are going to look Physics Form 4. And our topic to be discussed today is what we call elementary astronomy. Karibuni sana katika vipindi vyetu. Na leo tunaendelea na kipindi chetu cha elementary astronomy ambao ni topic tuliyoianza tayari na tumeshaangalia subtopic namba 1 ambao ni introduction to astronomy, na tunaendelea na subtopic yetu namba 2 ambao ni solar system. Na katika kipindi kilichopita tulijifunza kuhusiana na zones of the solar system. Tuliangalia zoni kuu 2. Tuliangalia zoni ambao tunasema ni inner planet, lakini pia tukaangalia na asteroid belt. Leo tutaangalia zoni ya 3 ambayo tunaita ni outer planet. When we say the outer planet, we say these planets make up 99% of the mass known to orbit the sun. Kwamba hizi ni planet au ni sayari ambazo zinatengeneza percentage 99% ya mass au ya tungamo inayokuwa inazunguka jua. We say that Jupiter and Saturn consist of large of hydrogen and helium, while the bulk of Uranus and Neptune consist of ices such as water, ammonia and methane. Tunasema kwamba planet like Jupiter, Saturn consist of largely amount of hydrogen and helium. So na planet like Uranus na Neptune consist kwa kiwango kikubwa ice such as water, ammonia na methane. Those are outer planets. So when we say outer planet, we say also there is 4 outer planets. Among of them include, the first one is Jupiter, the second one is Saturn, the third one is Uranus, and the last one is Neptune. Those are our outer planet, 4 outer planets. And by starting with looking the characteristic of one outer planet up to another, let's start with looking Jupiter. We say that characteristic of Jupiter, we say it is the largest planet. Jupiter ni miongoni mwa sayari kubwa. And we say in a low density, kwamba ule mgandamizo katika sayari ya Jupiter, mgandamizo ni kwa kiwango kidogo. We say that long-term weather pattern. When you look about weather pattern within the Jupiter, we see that there is long-term weather pattern. Kwamba mabadiliko ya hali ya hewa ni ya muda mrefu, long-term pattern. We say that of 6 known satellite, kwamba ukiangalia zile satellite, tunasema Jupiter ina like 6th. But also we say the distance from the sun to where the Jupiter is still found, we say it is 5.2 astronomy unit. Huo ndo umbali ambapo Jupiter ilipo kutoka kwenye jua mpaka sehemu Jupiter inapopatikana. Umbali ni 5.2 astronomy unit. So now let's look the characteristic of the second planet, which is Saturn. We say that it is second to the Jupiter. Kwamba ukikompare sasa kutoka kwa Jupiter mpaka zingine, tunasema Saturn iko ya pili kutoka kwa Jupiter. Lakini in terms of number, Saturn ni sayari ya 6. But we say specular spectacular ring system. When you look about the structures, you see that Saturn have a ring system, but also have 6 known satellites. As same as we talk about Jupiter, also we say Saturn have 6 known satellites. But when you look about the distance from where the planet Saturn is found to Sun, or to the position of the Sun, that distance is what we say ni 9.5 astronomy unit. That is the distance from the Sun to where the Saturn is found. Now let's look about the last outer planet, which is Uranus. Uranus, we say titled system, but largest of the outer planet. This is the largest of the outer planet. We compare in terms of size, we say this is the largest planet which is found in outer zone. But also we say have 27 known satellite. Hii ina known satellite 27, 27. But we say much colder core than the other planet. At the core, we say that Uranus is most colder, ina baridi sana. But the distance from the Sun to where the Uranus is found, we say that it is 19.6 astronomy unit. That is the distance from where the planet is far from the Sun. So let's look about Neptune, ambayo ni sayari ya 8. Tunasema kwamba slightly smaller than Uranus. It is slightly smaller. Radiates more internal heat, but not as much as Jupiter or Saturn. Kwamba it radiates the internal heat, but not much than compared to Jupiter or Saturn. Also we say have 13 known satellite. Ina hizi known satellite au ina its satellite ukizicount zinafika 13, 13. But when you look in terms of distance, we say the distance from the Sun to where the Neptune is found, we say that distance is 30 astronomy unit. That is about the characteristic of the Neptune. There is something known as Kuiper belt. We say that Kuiper belt is a wide region, extends to 50 astronomy units from the Sun, which contains thousands of small bodies, include hundreds of dwarf planets that are yet to be discovered. Kwamba hii Kuiper belt ipo urefu au ipo umbali wa astronomy unit 50 kutoka kwenye jua, na ime contain some small bodies. Among of them include 100 of the dwarf planet. Kwamba miongoni mwa sayari zile ambazo ni mfu 100 zipo ndani ya ili eneo ambayo ni Kuiper belt. We say that some many more into the bracket, we say 100 to 1,000 dwarf planets are thought to exist in this region, which is Kuiper belt. But also we say Kuiper belt object consists of frozen gases such as methane, ammonia, and ice. When they are attracted toward the Earth by the gravitational pull of the planet, they appear as comets. Kwamba hizi ndo zinakuja zinatengeneza comets when they are being attracted towards the Earth. We say that when comets evaporate upon coming near the Sun, their dust form long tail characteristics of the comet. But also we say comets are also originated from even further out at the edge of the solar system, about a U10 from the Sun, where there is thought to be a spherical cloud called the Oort cloud, which contain ice dust object. We say that comets have extremely eccentric, into the bracket we can say elliptical X-shaped orbits, and reappear sometimes after decades. We proceed with comets. We say comets is a small ice celestial body that revolve around the Sun. So the small ice celestial body that revolving around the Sun, we call them comets. Its traveling mass is visible as points of light that brighten suddenly glowing asteroids, and they can often be seen by naked eye. Kwamba hizi comets na zenyewe zinasafiri kama ilivyokuwa hizi asteroid, kwamba during the night you can see the comets. We say that they stop glowing once the gaseous material are all burnt off, or when they are once again far away from the Sun. Kwamba zinaacha kutoa mwanga endapo tu zile gesi ambapo zimo ndani ya ile comet zimebana zikaisha, au zikiwa once again far away from the Sun, au zikiwa away from the Sun, pale zitaacha kufanya glowing. So there is something known as gravitational force. After looking the planets, after looking the zones of the solar system, now let's look gravitational force. We say that gravitational force is attractive force exists between any two objects that have masses. We say that kuna existence ya force miongoni mwa object ambazo zina tungamo. So whenever there is two objects have a mass, there is a force of attraction, and that force we say it is a gravitational force. Kwa mfano, una object huku na una object huku, the existence attraction between those objects is what we call a gravitational force. We say that there is a law known as Newtonian's law of gravitation. We say that every single point masses attract every other point masses by a force directed along the line joining the two masses. When you take the line joining the two masses, there is existence of the force of attraction between bodies which have mass. And the law states that any two bodies in the universe attract each other with a force that is direct proportional to the product of their masses and inverse proportional to the square of the distance between them. This law states that any two bodies within the universe, they are attracting each other by the force, and that force is in direct proportion to the product of the two masses, and it is inversely proportional to the square of their distance apart. That is Newton's law of gravitation, and we can express it mathematically as the force, which is force of attraction between two bodies which have mass, it is direct proportional to the product of the mass, let's say mass 1 and mass 2, and inverse proportional to distance square. So when you remove the proportionality, we put any kind of letter, let's say letter K. So F, which means force, will be equal to K into the bracket M1 times M2 into bracket divided by R square, where K is equal to G, which is equal to universal gravitational constant. And F now can be written as force of gravity is equal to G into the bracket M1 times M2 divided by R square. Sorry, square, it is being square imesaulika hapa. Kwa hii ni R square. So when we say F means a universal gravitation, but M1 means is the mass of the first planet or is the first point mass, and the M2 means the mass of the second point mass. R means the distance between 2 point masses. Something to note, we say that gravitational force actually very weak force due to weak pull of felt between 2 point masses between them. Kwamba hii gravitational force ni very weak force kwa sababu kuna ngupo na weak pull of felt between 2 point masses. Huge gravitational force of nearest star, the sun, or the 8 planet of the solar system. Kwamba kutokana na huge gravitational force ambapo ipo to nearest stars and the sun, imesaidia kuhold zile 8 planet katika solar system. We say that planet move in the space at speed that just balances the sun's gravitational pull, results moves in permanent orbit around the sun. Kwamba planet zina move in space katika speed, zile speed inasaidia kubalance the sun's gravitational pull, which result to the permanent orbit around the sun. But also we say satellite and spacecraft orbit the S due to speed that just balances the Earth's gravitational pull that moves in permanent orbit around this. Kwamba satellite due to the spacecraft